I feel sorry for whoever is unlucky enough to buy a car whose owner ignores check engine warning light. My friend, first, I want to welcome you to this channel. Second, I think that check engine warning light is probably the last thing the next owner needs to worry about with this car. What's up guys, good afternoon, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, it's gonna be a little different than usual. We're not gonna be doing any racing or any how-tos. Instead, we're gonna show you guys the finance side of YouTube. I'm gonna do a little follow-up video on a video that I made about 1 month after being monetized. We've been monetized for 6 months now, so I just wanted to show you guys how much the channel makes, not to brag or anything like that, but to be educational for anybody out there who's thinking about starting their own YouTube channel. So first, we're gonna start off by talking about how I was even able to get the car with all the crazy high demand out there. Then we're gonna talk about how much I paid for it, how much my monthly payments are, and then we're gonna get to the YouTube side, show you guys how the channel has been doing for the past 6 months, also show you guys my best videos and stuff like that. All right, so I guess let's go ahead and start talking about how I even got the car. So let's rewind a little bit. Before YouTube, I used to own 3 cell phone repair shops called You Break I Fix over in the Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater area. I did that for about 5 years. I hate it. I used to love retail. I used to love helping people. I used to love doing like customer service. I used to love all of that, but man, over the years, it's gotten pretty rough. I mean, if you guys work in retail, you know, like, it's rough trying to please these people and take care of them, and it's terrible. Anyways, I wanted to get out. I was done with retail. I wanted to get out. I wanted to sell the stores. So it just happened. We got bought out and everything just happened to line up, and we ended up selling the stores, and I ended up wanting to pursue this YouTube dream. So I decided to do it with the C8 Corvette because while I grew up on hot rods and I've always loved the Corvette, it's like one of my favorite cars. It is my favorite car. Well, maybe not now. I don't know, it's one of my favorite cars. I really love it. You know, it's the car that I was most passionate about, so it just made sense to do it with the Corvette. So when I sold my stores, I decided to start a YouTube channel with the C8 Corvette. I actually started the YouTube channel a little while ago before that with my C7 Z06, but it didn't do that well. And I was just learning, like, I didn't know anything about editing, about vlogging or anything, so it's kind of just like my way to prove to myself that I could do it. So since I proved that I could do it, that I was able to do a few videos here and there, I was like, hey, why not just go and get a C8 Corvette and just go ham, just go crazy, just go for it, you know? So fast forward to when they revealed the C8, it was like, I don't know, July, August, something like that of 2019. That day, I went online and then put a reservation into the local Chevrolet dealership. Well, it was a smaller one. They only got 9 allocations, and it was around when, it was right after they did the reveal. So no one knew what was going on. No one knew how to order. You know, the dealer was just like, hey, come in on Monday and we'll order the car. Well, then Monday came, they're like, hey, don't come in because we don't know what's going on. And then it ended up being to where they wanted me to come in September 1st to do the order. And I was like, okay, so September 1st comes around, I'm waiting for them to call me to come in. They never call me, so I just go up there at 2 o'clock and I'm like, hey, I'm here to do my order. And they're just like, who are you? And I'm like, oh, I was one of the guys that got one of the allocations here. And they're like, oh, we only got 9 and they're all spoken for. So I just guess I was forgotten about. So that sucked because that put me like a month behind. And then I went over to Stingray Chevrolet over here in Central Florida on I-4, and I got on their list because they're like a huge dealership. They got like 240 allocations, but my number was still like 246 because I was a month late now because of the other dealership. So I still wanted to do YouTube, and I was what, number 240 something in line. Like, chances are I wasn't gonna get the car, and a lot of you guys know, you guys put all your orders in, you guys waited a year to get your car or more. So yeah, I didn't have any faith on getting the car, so I went ahead and called around to all the dealers in the area, or everywhere actually, and I called Jacksonville. And the morning that that day that I got the car, that morning I called Jacksonville, I noticed that they had 2 coming in, and of course both were spoken for. Well, luckily the one that I got was canceled. It wasn't a cancellation. The guy had told the dealer that he was exporting the car, and you can't export the car. Chevy doesn't want you to, and they don't want the dealer selling to people who are gonna export, so he got canceled on. So they called me back 6 hours later after I'd called them that morning, and they said, hey, we have a white one. If you want it, come and get it. Now, obviously, you know, anybody would be like, yes, let's go and do it, but there's a catch, right? Because I wasn't the one ordering the car, they're gonna put a premium on the car. They wanted $20,000 premium on top of sticker. And the sticker, I believe, so sticker price on the car was $79,259, and then they wanted a $20,000 premium on the car. Now guys, I've made a lot of mistakes buying cars, and I've probably lost a lot of money, and yeah, I probably don't make the best decisions when it comes to cars. And I always told myself that, one, I would never, ever, ever buy a new car, ever, because you lose so much when they depreciate. And I told myself that I would never, ever, ever pay a premium for a car, because that's just ludicrous. That's crazy. You know, like, Why would you pay more for a car? At that time in my life, I just sold the stores, like I needed to start something, and like it's impossible to get this car, and then here this was this chance. Like there was this chance to get the car. So I was like I said, I haven't made very many financially good decisions when it comes to cars. So I said, hey, let's go ahead and do it. Well, guys, here comes the part where I tell you how much I paid for the car. After tax, tag, and title, total, I paid $106,3244. $106,000 for this car. That's crazy. I've never spent that much money on a car. It's my very first car that I've ever spent over $100,000 on. That was crazy. Because I did pay over on the car, the loan to value of the car was, you know, obviously way off. To get the best rate on the car, I had to go ahead and get the loan to value down. So I actually had to end up putting down a $13,000 down payment. The rate I got for the car was 2.96%. I financed $93,032.44 for 66 months, and my payments are $1,530.92. All right, so now that you guys know how much I paid for the car, let's go onto YouTube and see how much I've made so far with the channel. So as you guys can see, since I got monetized on my channel September 20th, 2020, I've made a total of $4,058.76. I've had an average playback base CPM of $18.34. In the beginning, you guys can see I usually made between $5, $10, maybe $20 a day. I think I got a peak of about $32. I stayed really consistent that first month, but then the transmission decided that it wanted to leak. So around November 3rd is when I took the car into the dealership. It was there for about a month waiting on a transmission, so I wasn't able to put up any content. But I did notice then and there that I needed to be consistent. So when I got the car back, I told myself that I was going to make at least 3 videos a day, maybe even try to go every other day. So I did that, and the results were I started to climb pretty consistently. You guys see I was in the teens and the 20s. I even had a couple good videos like the GT500 video. That one made $444 in one day. Then I had another really good video with the 720S that made $231 in a day. Now I see around $30 to $40 a day, sometimes around 20, but I definitely don't get into the single digits anymore. This chart over here shows how much I made per month. It actually doesn't show September, so we'll move over to this chart. This shows in September we made $113. Then over in October we made $509. November is where we had that dip because the transmission decided to leak, so we only made $241 in November. December we did $468. We started ramping back up. January we hit $1,100. And then February we almost hit $1,400. Over on this chart it shows our top earning videos. My best video is the C8 Corvette and the GT500 Mustang. That one almost grossed $1,000. The C8 Corvette and the McLaren 720S grossed about $655. And my third best one is the first major problem with the C8. This is when the transmission decided to leak, and we made $237. So guys, so far so good. We're almost making enough to clear that car payment on the C8. We've got a lot of exciting stuff coming up. I'm sure you guys saw my last announcement that we're supercharging the C8 with the Pro Charger. So I definitely see a lot of potential in this. Remember guys, this is only on AdSense. This doesn't include any other sponsorships, affiliate marketing, or even selling merch on your channel. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. Remember, I've only been doing this for 6 months, so I definitely don't know everything. I'm still learning every day. I hope this video helps you guys out. But guys, that's gonna do it for the end of the video. If you guys like the video, go and hit that like button. If you guys haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys next video. Later.